Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Puffy from server M14, and today I'm going to show you an in-depth guide of Genghis Khan, the first great Khan in the Infinity Kingdom. There are a few things I will be discussing today. First, how his kit works. Next, how to acquire him and his artifact whether you are free to play or a spender. And my recommended builds, also as a free to play or a spender. Genghis Khan is a lightning immortal who deals physical damage to all enemies, and is the only carry immortal who can inflict wound on his target, which prevents that target from being healed for 10 seconds. The damage he deals from his ultimate is based on his develop bonus, like any immortal, up to 500% damage. His exclusive artifact, Great Coat of Genghis Khan, increases his ultimate damage by 30%. When set up properly in the talent tree and him being fully leveled up, his energy regen is at 89.5%, which isn't the best, which is also why it's important to have the right skill and support setup to make his kit as effective as possible. In my opinion and experiences so far in this game, Khan is the best backline physical damage dealer aside from Chaos Immortals, and him having Wound also makes him a very strong adversary in PvP. We are now going to go over how to obtain Khan, both from free-to-play and spender methods. As a free-to-play player, you have the chance to obtain Khan from random Immortal Fragments which are acquired from various events in the game, an even better chance from lightning Immortal Fragments which are mostly acquired from the Golden Path, which resets once a month, and from the market, which can only be obtained from gems. As of right now, you cannot, even in Legendary Season, obtain Khan from the Hall of Immortals. As a spender, you can get Khan from the limited to one purchase packs, which in my opinion is a complete waste of your money, and from Elemental Bond, which is, in my opinion, the most cost-effective way to build Khan right now. You just have to wait for the rotation to appear, which you can find out in the calendar to see when he returns. Normally this rotates once a week, and he is available for those days. To obtain Khan's artifact as a free-to-play player, you can by purchasing the artifact schematic chest from the Golden Path, from the Stellar Compass event, Rebel Tracks, the Mercantile Path event, and the monthly festival, just to name a few. As a spender, you can obtain this artifact faster from the Golden Path, Stellar Compass, and monthly festival as well, but at a much faster rate. Now as for exclusive artifact, we're going to go over the two options you can choose to build, and generally how to obtain the artifact as a free-to-play player and spender. Iron Fist has the effect which increases physical damage dealt to the enemy by 12.5%. You want to get physical attack bonus as the main stat for this artifact, and depending on your current goals, you can reroll for better substats such as physical attack bonus, crit chance, resilience bonus, physical defense bonus, and magical defense bonus. The most important substats are physical attack, then crit. The other artifact type, Annihilation, will increase the critical damage by Khan by 25%. The main stat you want is going to be physical attack bonus, just like Iron Fist, but the difference is that you want crit chance even more on this artifact, as it synergizes better with the crit damage. The only downside to this artifact is mainly when you fight players who have Grace, which decrease crit damage by up to 50%. Khan's specialization tree really only has two options: Concentration Stance Void Breaker, and Deadly Aim Gale Force. Most of the time you're going to run Gale Force. When fully upgraded, Khan's crit rate will increase by 30%, and his physical damage dealt will increase by 50%. When paired with his Annihilation artifact, skills such as Time to Shine and Unyielding, he can do devastating damage, even capable of one-shotting enemy backline immortals. When Legendary Season comes around, Gale Force can be weakened due to Grace, and even from Malice pre-Legendary, but this is the best option for Khan. Void Breaker will increase ultimate skill damage by 65% and his accuracy rate by 25%, which from experience doesn't give us much value to Gale Force. We are now going to go over my recommended skills for Khan. For free to play, you can run Anger, Fighting Master, and Blade Vortex for consistent damage, paired with Iron Fist. If you have Annihilation, you can run Fighting Master, Unyielding, and Anger. After a whopping 1,000 days of consistent logins, you can obtain Corrosive Power, which can pair with Fighting Master and Anger. If the enemy you are fighting does not apply any crowd control, you can swap Fighting Master for a damage skill, or Absolute Defense for extra tankiness. If you have Annihilation, you can pair Corrosive Power and Unyielding for more damage and sustain. Unyielding isn't a good option if the enemy has wounds from an opposing Khan or Ken Emperor. For spenders, the most consistent setup is Fighting Master, Energy Mastery, and Corrosive Power. If you want to have a better chance of critting the enemy with Annihilation, you can run Time to Shine instead of Fighting Master, but that will leave you open for crowd control. Even if you have Fufei in your march, you're still prone to crowd control. You may put Fighting Master on Fufei, but for the most consistent results when fighting enemies such as Himiko, Dragon, or Loki, use Fighting Master on Khan. There are other skills such as Arcane Hunter, Eternal Battlelust, and Battle Frenzy that you can use on Khan, but his low energy regen at 89.5% does not make this a good option, as you want to run Energy, Mastery, and Corrosive Power to amp up his energy regen. Now these are my recommended March setups for Khan to maximize his damage and survivability, but I will include free-to-play options as well. As a free-to-play player, you can run the standard full lightning march, which in my opinion is the worst march of the video, and should only be used as a starter march to slowly transition all immortals surrounding Khan. Khan is meant to be more of a utility immortal for Hammurabi, as his ultimate skill relies on the enemy having debuffs, which increases his damage. Eventually you'll want to swap out Hammurabi with Matilda, which will increase all allies' energy regen by 20%, and up to 60% extra damage dealt by Khan's ultimate. When paired with Battle Excitation Specialization, it will further increase Khan's ultimate damage and energy regen. Your frontline can consist of YSS, which makes your team tankier, and Tokugawa you can leave as his ultimate provides a shield and a chance to apply a negative effect, not being a bad option. If you don't have Matilda, you can use Zenobia in the meantime for some decent healing, and if you have Alex in the March, you can have two forms of damage instead of just Khan. The best free-to-play March will have Khan, Matilda, Alex, and YSS. Matilda's kit complementing Khan, along with YSS supporting the team providing reduced damage taken, and Alex, who gives the team a consistent ticking physical damage, makes his team the best way to play Khan. You can slowly acquire Bjorn as a free-to-play player from the monthly festival event, but there are better things to slowly build than Bjorn. As a spender, there are a few marches you can run that are very similar. None of the options will have Lightning Dragon included, as her recent buffs are lackluster compared to the Earth Dragon. The best march I can recommend will be Khan, Fu Fei, Anubis, and Alex. Khan will be supported by Fu Fei with her crowd control immunity she provides for the team, and great healing, maybe the best support healer in the game. Anubis, who will amplify damage to the team when ulting, and even sometimes when ulting, can be the target of the enemy using Battle Frenzy, which reduces the immortal who has the highest physical damage dealt. And Alex, paired with Knife Through Butter, can provide amazing utility and damage, even at times carrying the fight if Khan gets blasted early in the fight. If you don't have Anubis, you can run Bjorn instead, as he has an ultimate to increase damage dealt to an enemy team, provide frontline resilience, and physical damage lifesteal. The only downside Bjorn is that his energy regen sits at about 100 compared to Anubis' energy regen at 126, and his ultimate does not apply to all immortals. As an example, in this March lineup, when Bjorn ults, Khan will not receive the ultimate effects because he is on the opposite side of the march, while Alex and Fu Fei will receive this effect. So it is best to have Khan directly behind Bjorn, and also you must have Bjorn face either the enemy frontline carry, or more importantly face the enemy backline carry like you will with Alex. Otherwise, Bjorn's ultimate is mostly wasted. You can run YSS instead to make your team tankier while keeping your two damage dealers in the march. The last option is double tank Khan. Anubis' ultimate affecting all enemies is the best option paired with YSS. You can use Battle Stance on Khan if the fight drags on for more than 40 seconds to a minute, and you may have better results. To conclude the video, overall I love Khan, as I have ran him on my main march for quite some time now until recently when I swapped the Loki, but he will remain as one of my flex picks when faced with marches that rely on heavy healing and do not have Athena. Khan is a very strong epic immortal who provides a very strong effect wound, which can only be stopped by Athena. My only complaint is him not being available at later seasons in the Hall of Immortals and the Golden Path. I hope you enjoyed this guide for Genghis Khan. If you guys have any questions about the video, please let me know in the comment section below. If this video taught you anything, I'd appreciate a subscription or a like to the video, and please share with your Alliance members as I try to provide important, helpful videos, especially for the new players. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a good day.